Ciao Milanisti, it's your boy Kush of the Milan Corner. Milanisti, there's drama in the Hakim Ziyech camp as the Moroccan forward has fired his agent after 12 years. Does that bring him closer to Milan? And Renato Sanchez is once again coming to Milan. Wait, no, he's going to PSG. And the latest reports are suggesting Renato Sanchez is coming to Milan. And Milan has agreed to personal terms with Charles De Ketelaere on a 5-year contract. Guys, these are the stories and profiles we're going to be looking at today, and once again we're going to be plotting the official moves of Florenzi and Messias to Milan in today's episode of Rumor or Real. Now before we jump into the next story, Milanisti, I have to introduce you guys to the OneFootball app. If you have already downloaded the OneFootball app, great, you can skip this part of the video, but if you haven't, what are you guys doing? Why are you doing that to yourselves? OneFootball is the one-stop shop for all things football. Why would you have some sports app where you can look at all things about different sports? What do you need to learn about table tennis for? We're football people. Download the OneFootball app. Set AC Milan as your home team. What's going to happen? All of AC Milan's content is going to get pushed to your freaking phone. The one thing I do in the morning is wake up and look at the OneFootball app. I see all the AC Milan news catered to me. Then I go into the transfers tab. I see what's going on with the transfer news in all of the footballing world. So if you haven't downloaded the app, click the link in the description. Download the app, support the app, and you'll end up supporting the Milan Corner as well. All right, so what's been going on with Renato Sanchez, guys, is bizarre because while I've been recording this video, there's more news breaking that he is going to be coming to the San Siro. What exactly is going on? Nobody exactly knows, but Renato Sanchez's move to Milan has been linked for months now. And while the negotiations are ongoing, the whole sale of Milan happened. Redbird stepped in, so that kind of complicated the deal. Then Masara and Maldini were not renewed, so then that also complicated the deal. And that time and that delay, PSG swooped in. PSG made a more superior offer. There were some reports initially that Milan's offer was somewhere in that 15 million range. PSG came in and doubled that price, gave him 30 million. But as this story has unfolded, it's gotten more and more complicated because Lille's president confirmed there's no offer from PSG. So were these reports being leaked by Jorge Mendes, Renato Sanchez's agent? It's pretty unclear, but here's the reality. A lot of PSG's players are teammates of Renato Sanchez on the Portugal team. PSG's management, PSG's coaches, these guys have worked with Renato Sanchez in the past. One of the key figures in PSG now is actually the person who brought Renato Sanchez from that tough time at Bayern Munich to Lille, so he does feel a degree of comfort to PSG. You can't exactly say that it was just fake reports being leaked out. There's definitely something to that story, but there's also a second side to this. So the latest reports are suggesting that Milan have actually struck an agreement with Lille for 10 million. Now it's more about trying to find that salary with Renato Sanchez. So there's a possibility, according to these reports, that Jorge Mendes is pushing these PSG links more so that Milan gives him a higher salary. This is weeks ago that we were told that these personal agreements were actually agreed on. It was just the Lille thing that was a sticking part, but now it's the other way around. Milan has an agreement with Lille, but not with Renato Sanchez. Milanisti, at this point in time on the Rumor or Real meter, I don't really know what to say. Why don't you guys let me know in the comment section? Do you think this move is happening? Because we have pretty much been flip-flopping on both ends. You guys let me know in the comment section. Do you think Renato's coming to Milan this season? All right, now before we dive into the Hakim Ziyech story, let's just plot this particular player. The signing of Junior Messias to Milan. Guys, the Junior Messias story is interesting. Not to dive into his whole story, but this guy was delivering food through Uber Eats till 3-4 years ago. He was a part-time player playing in the lowest division in Italy. At the age of 30, he's now a Serie A freaking champion. Look, obviously he's a backup option. At the conclusion of the previous season, I had actually reviewed Junior Messias' season and said, I think Milan might actually sell Alexis Salamakers and instead keep Junior Messias. So on this particular graph, where does the Junior Messias move lie? I think it lies right here. So Junior Messias' return to me, I think that is an important backup option. Now, does this individual move bring us any closer to the next Serie A title or the Champions League? Not really, just barely so. So I'm not really gonna push him too far out there, but I'm happy with the Junior Messias story and relationship continuing at Milan. What is going on with the Hakim Ziyech move to Milan? Guys, here's the thing. With the Raheem Sterling move from Man City to Chelsea being complete, I think it is pretty evident that Hakim Ziyech is not going to get a lot of playtime. He was one of the central figures in Ajax, and at Chelsea, he hasn't even really barely been a starter. So he obviously wants that consistent playtime, and what a better move than to come to the champions of Italy. That's a perfect profile for him. Not a club that is loaded on the right wing or in the attacking front with a bunch of forwards. He will fit here perfectly. Now, he did fire his agent of 12 years. Why did he fire his agent of 12 years is somewhat unclear, but he has explicitly said in this very, very nice breakup letter that he wants to take control of his own future. I have a feeling that maybe there was some issue around salaries, around commissions. These agents, they understand that with moves of these players, there's potential for commissions to be earned. That's pretty much what the agents are hired for. They're there to take care of the financial side of things. They're not necessarily making the footballing decisions. It's really the player who decides where they really want to move in conversation with the managements. At this point in time, it looks like Hakim Ziyech didn't really want that assistance. Maybe the agent was trying to dip their hands too deep into the money jar and see how much money they can get for Hakim Ziyech, in turn getting him for themselves. And possibly Hakim felt that his footballing future was being seen as secondary and the financial play being seen as primary, and that's why he decided to make this change. Obviously, this is all speculation, but if I were to say that, does this bring him closer to Milan? I do think it does, because right now AC Milan is the only side that has constantly been linked with this player. It's the one profile being named everywhere, and the fact that he broke up with his agent and he's saying that he's taking things into his own hands, that doesn't tell me he wants to stay at Chelsea. That tells me he wants to make a move. So in the previous video, I had Hakim to Milan as real, and I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna stick with that. I think it's more likely now that he will be an AC Milan player. Which brings us to the final profile of this video, which is Charles De Ketelaere. And it looks like he might actually be the closest he has ever been to joining the club. So Leeds and AC Milan are pretty much competing for this player in terms of official offers. Milan had initially made an offer for 20 million for Charles De Ketelaere. Leeds had made an offer for 30 million for Charles De Ketelaere. However, Charles wants to make a move to a big club. Which is a big club? AC Milan is a big club. He also wants Champions League football, which only Milan has. So at this point in time, here's the latest. Looks like Milan have actually agreed on his personal terms and conditions. He has had conversations with Origi at Milan and with Alexis Salamakers at Milan. And there has been an agreement on the salary at about 2.5 million per season net for a 5-year contract. So Milan is using that tax break that they get for a foreign player joining the Serie A to be able to pay him more, but get a tax break that will cost the club less. Our initial offer was for 20 million. Now there are some reports that are saying that 20 million offer was an exploratory offer. Milan just wanted to see how Club Brugge was going to react to it. And the Belgian team pretty much said, no, we're not going to be moving him at this price, but we are willing to cash out on this player now. And now Leeds United has actually taken a step back. Reports are suggesting that they recognize that CDK wants a Milan move. He doesn't really want to come to us in the Premier League, so we're pretty much going to back out. So right now it looks like Milan have an agreement with CDK, and Milan are the only team that are negotiating with Club Brugge. The management are just trying to find that consolidated agreement that they're pretty much willing to match that 30 million asking price. Once Milan gives Club Brugge 30 million, the player is ours. The one thing that the Rossoneri might put in the contract is a 20% future sale clause. So if at any point in the future AC Milan decides to sell this player at a massive profit because he looks like he could become a big profile one day, Club Brugge will get 20% of that sale price. So right now, Milan might not give them 30 million. They might give them 25 or somewhere in between that mark and add a 20% future sale clause. Guys, in the previous video, I had CDK as real, and right now I'm gonna stick with that. Charles De Ketelaere to Milan, Hakim Ziyech to Milan, these are now real moves. We are pretty in deep when it comes to these profiles. Let me know in the comment section, do you guys think CDK is coming to Milan? What about Renato Sanchez? And what about Hakim Ziyech? Do you think the firing of the agent brings him any closer to the club? There you have it, Milanisti. Those are some of the profiles we wanted to check out today. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so you can watch the Milan Corner videos as soon as I upload them. And guys, I was actually supposed to shoot and put out this video yesterday, but there was a massive internet outage in all of Canada. There was no internet from one of our service providers. No phones working, no internet out there. So that's why there was this delay, but we're used to these delays. We're watching what's happening with these Mercato profiles. So thank you once again for watching, Milanisti. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at the Milan Corner. And as always, Forza Milan! Grazie mille e ciao tutti!